Dear Buddha, the man I killed today had in his pockets, which I searched, for nothing must be wasted, right? The man I killed today had in his pockets a tiny little red lacquered capsule, looking like a shotgun cartridge from my country, Buddha, and in it, what do you think he had? You, whom they call the all-knowing one. What do you think he had in his pockets, Buddha? What do you think he also rolls into a little cylinder or sifts into a pipe and burns and inhales into his lungs before he can come into battle against me, all-seeing, all-forgiving, omnipotent, omniscient Buddha? Which I should have known. Which I should have realized. But in order to find out which, I had to propel a ragged atom of burning metal into his irreplaceable heart, and to kill him, and loot his body. Buddha, must men die so that other men can see that all men are truly the same? Must each man kill a man before he can see that other men are only men like him, and no man must kill? Wasn't Christ enough, huh? If everybody has to kill a man before he can see that all men are one, then finally all men will be one, because there'll only be one man left. And then will that man be saved? Must we all, for God's sake, have to die and be exploited and tortured and robbed so that one last man can finally be saved?
The Black Rebellion, of course. That's all that really mattered in 1964. There were the riots in Harlem. Robbie called his mother in Wisconsin and said, could we come, because New York was looking dangerous. And she said, sure, but we cut his hair off. I mean, by her he could die if his hair was long. So we went to my family in Niles. My little sister took one look at us and ran screaming into the corner of their mobile home. And I said, what's wrong? And she said, you're hippies, you'll hurt me. And I said, hippies? I hate that word. Hippies don't hurt people. And she said, yes, they do. I see them all the time, fighting with the police on the television. It didn't seem possible, but the same thing was us. Our own parents were telling us, knuckle under or die in the streets alone. That's when we all started to learn what love really meant. It meant caring for each other, literally feeding, clothing, and sheltering one another. People were living together wherever they could, in tenements, lofts, basements. There were free stores in some cities and soup kitchens. Robbie was upset. He got obsessed by the Kennedy assassination, the first one. He read every word of the Warren Report and all the books about it. There must have been dozens of them. He even went to the spot where it happened, in Dealey Plaza, Dallas, Texas, so he could see the place on acid. He was into this real male paranoid trip about how the underground was being infiltrated by FBI and CIA men. I was into making music to go with my poetry, good vibrations thing. I was spending a lot of my time on my clothes and jewelry. A lot of people were. It was a movement, things like that, fads and signals would just happen cross country. It was as if a wave of love and beauty was everywhere, growing and becoming strong. They tried to halt all political activity on the campus at Berkeley. I mean, imagine Berkeley when the first atom was split. But we were used to that sort of opposition now. The free speech movement arose. I marched. Life itself was marching to the music that was sweeping the world. Not just from America, but from England too. The young of the world standing united under the flag of individual freedom. They were going to tell us what to do with our lives, sell us to the system, tell us what we could take into our own bodies even. We showed them, Robbie and me, we were pushing speed on the streets at the lowest possible price. And we were working part-time at the People's Rehabilitation Center too. We were building our own counterculture. It looked as if maybe for the first time, right here